Um, I thought I was ready to do this video, but now I'm not so sure. I thought I was cried out. um, I lost my older kitty cat yesterday, Chakra. She was about 16 and a half years old. She would have turned 17 in mid-July of this year. The hard part of being a pet parent is that sometimes, you have to make a very hard decision, but she had an emergency. She's been having increasing issues the past couple of years. Her entire life, she's been through a lot. And I really thought I was going to be okay. I have to get through this. But she's had increasing issues. She had another emergency visit on a week ago yesterday, and then went downhill after that. And I had to let her go yesterday. So, I'm sorry. This is depressing. I shouldn't have put makeup on. But, she showed up in my driveway as a 9 to 10 week old kitten on September 21st, 2007 in Los Angeles with a badly broken back leg. So I had assumed she had gotten hit by a car. I lived on a very busy street, Beverly Boulevard in Los Angeles. And we were able to save her leg. And at the time, I had Bodhi and Karma, and they were not getting along. They had been fighting extremely violently, honestly, for a couple of months, and I was at my wit's end. And I didn't know what I was going to do. But the moment that Chakra showed up, their dynamic totally changed. So, oh, God, makeup is burning in my eyes now. I'm sorry, now I have mascara burning. They stopped fighting. They became her adoptive parents. And it was life-changing for us. And that's an example of pets are sent to us. I fully believe that not only are pets sent to us, but humans. Anybody that you meet in your day-to-day life, seemingly random things, whatever, there's a reason. And even if it's momentary and you'll never see the person again, an exchange that you had might change that person's life. I'm getting totally off course. But anyway, there are no accidents. I feel like we meet all animals and people when we are meant to. So when Chakra showed up as an injured kitten in 2007, totally fixed the fighting that Karma and Bodhi had been doing. And they just immediately loved her. It was a very powerful bond. And then 11 months later in Lake Oswego, Oregon, she fell off a third floor balcony at night. She broke through a screen door to get out to, we think, jump over to the next apartment's balcony to meet with that cat and missed. Fell 3 floors. Took me a day and a half to find her. And she had severely broken her hips. So the hip fractures caused her a lot of chronic problems for the rest of her life, which I think contributed to why I just lost her yesterday. She had kidney disease that she's been treated for the past 2 years or so. She had squamous cell carcinoma that came back and was getting bad on her foot. And then her intestines that she had struggled with because her hips were off basically just shut down. And she it was in a lot of pain and struggling for a while. Anyway, I'm getting like too much background. But I miss her terribly. And Blue misses her terribly. He loved his big sister. So I am good. I am going to adopt again. I wasn't sure if I could handle it again because it's hard. But it's that the condominium's too empty now and we're lonely and we need somebody else. So I am trusting that Chakra, Bodhi, and Karma will send us the perfect kitty to adopt. Bodhi sent me Blue in 2012 after he passed. There were signs in the sky and magical things that happened that morning. So what I want to say is I'm already getting some coincidences regarding Chakra and spirit signs. So let's see. So this is Saturday, Friday. So she died on Friday, Thursday night. So Thursday night, I turned on the television and American Idol was on. I don't normally watch American Idol, but for some reason I was too lazy to change the channel or something. I don't know. And as fate would have it, because it was Thursday night when I was very stressed out because Chakra was extremely bad at that point, if I should let her go the next day, and I couldn't decide, and I didn't know if it was the right moment or not. And with Karma and Bodhi, it was definite signs that it was time to let them go. But with Chakra, it was all kind of vague, but she was getting worse. So anyway, Thursday night, I couldn't decide, and I was just crying for hours. And turned on the TV, American Idol. Don't normally watch American Idol. And this one contestant, they give a little bit, if you watch the show, they give a little bit of a background about the person. And this one contestant works at a funeral home. And she preps the deceased for viewing, putting on their makeup and hair and all that stuff for the families. And I'm watching it and I'm like, okay, what are the odds of this? This is a little bizarre and not common. It's not one of the most common careers. So an important career, but not one of the most common. So I thought, okay, this is just kind of weird. And then yesterday at the vet, after I let Chakra go, I'm sitting in my car and sending a quick email to some family and friends that about the fact I had to let her go. Turned on my car, and immediately in the middle of a song, Andy Gibbs' Shadow Dancing. So I hear Andy going, shadow dancing, anyway. Now, I can read into the title of that song, Shadow Dancing, shadow meaning spirit. And if you are a member of my blog community, you will know that I have a major spiritual thing with Andy Gibb. I have blogged about it. In this blog post that will go with this video, I'll link the old blog post if I can find it. I think if you search for Andy Gibb, you can find it. But anyway, I met Andy in 1977 when I was 11 years old, and I think he was like 19. He was just really starting off on his career. And by the way, sweetest person. I still remember him. His energy was so freaking sweet. And it still breaks my heart about what happened to him. But, so I had actually met him in Rochester, New York, 1977. I went to his gravesite many years ago in Burbank, and was talking to him, and I got a spirit message from him. After I had asked him, I go, Andy, do you have any messages for those of us here, down in this realm? And he said, love with all your heart and you will be healed. Good message. And then that night, I think it was that night, maybe the next night, but I think it was that night, he came to me in a dream, and he's saying, I can still hear him. I'm going to massacre, I'm not ready to sing, but I'm going to massacre probably the song, but the lyrics from his song, you are this dreamer's only dream, heaven's angel, devil's daughter. And I woke up, and it was like, and so there's an Andy Gibb thing. So, chakra passed, turn on my car, Andy's singing. And it just was instant. I go, okay, that's a message. So then I came home and was trying to get myself together. And I was standing in the living room here, and I glanced into, I casually glanced in towards my kitchen, and clairvoyantly, I clear as day saw in my third eye, I saw, this way, sorry, there was Karma, who died in 2013, Chakra in the middle, and then Bodhi, who died in 2012 on the left. And they were like frolicking is the word I want to use. They were like frolicking and running, and I think who was it? I think it was Chakra, like somersaulting, very playful through this beautiful field together on the other side. And I had asked, I really begged Karma and Bodhi to come help her cross over the Rainbow Bridge to the other side. So when I saw this image that was clear as day, that they were with her, it made me feel a lot better. And it was beautiful. And I've seen that field before in other visions and astral events and things like that, so I recognized the field. So then there was that. I'm trying to remember, there's like somebody, there's a bunch of things I want to talk about. Wait, let me think. So the TV show, Andy Gibb, the field. Oh, and then so later yesterday afternoon, I was sitting in our condominium hot tub, and I glanced, and we have bluebirds here in New Mexico occasionally, but I don't usually see a lot of them all at once or whatever. So I'm sitting in the hot tub, and I glance up across the pool towards a wrought iron fencing that we've got in there. And there was one bluebird, an adult full-size bluebird. And okay, I'm distracted right now because as I am talking to you, like a whole bunch of birds are showing up. They're not bluebirds, but this is like, wow. I'm sorry. Anyway, one big bluebird, another bluebird, and then a smaller, like baby bluebird. And I'm thinking, okay, Karma, Bodhi, and Chakra. And, but I didn't know the meaning of, I just had this really strong feeling bluebirds are significant. So, I just went and looked up the spiritual meaning of bluebirds, and yes, they are, there's the bluebird of happiness connotation, but there's also more to it in Native American cultures and other cultures. So it can be an angelic sign. And I found this really good website that I will link in my blog with all of this info. So yes, that was a message. And then, and then just now, so I did that. I think that's the main things. I really didn't want this video to be half an hour long as going on. But I was in the bathroom putting on my makeup that I have now like half cried off. And Blue is, he's laying on my bed right now. And I suddenly, so I'm doing my eyes or whatever I was doing, and I suddenly hear what sounds like either a cat or a dog scratching itself with its hind legs, the sound, itching thing. And Chakra would do that sometimes. So, I mean, it jolted me, and I turned around and I looked, and I thought maybe Blue was doing it. But he was grooming, but he was not doing that. He was like chewing on his front legs or something. But it was clear as day. I heard some animal right behind me in the bathroom scratching itself. So that's hopeful because I want, I'm praying Chakra comes to me in a dream or a clear, another clairvoyant visual or something to let me know she's with me. And I can't, I look forward to being with all of my pets through all of my life because I grew up with a lot of animals when I pass. So I am getting her cremated like my other kitties, and I will eventually be sprinkled with them somewhere. So, I just forgot. I don't know. But I was, I am hoping that Chakra sends us the right kitty soon because Blue's really lonely right now. So it's hard. And I'm like forgetting something super important. I can't even think straight right now. But I am starting to think that maybe I want to work with animals with my psychic ability. I resonate with animals way better than human beings. There's a reason why I've been alone my entire life. I've had some luck with animal communication in the past. The weird thing is I usually can't communicate with my own. I struggle to get messages from my pets, but have been able to help some other people with theirs. But I think that boils down to even in terms of reading humans. I stopped doing readings a few years ago because, well, especially friends. Like I don't like to read friends because I want to be able to give them really good, awesome, hopeful information. But the fact of the matter is sometimes the news is not good. And so then it becomes very difficult. And I stress myself out and I always want to do a good job. And that's, anyway, so that's like why I stopped doing readings. But maybe I need to consider and look more into animal communication, and that kind of thing. Because at least animals can't judge. There's that. Although, I would want to give the pet parents, their time's worth too. But anyway, this is going on way too long. So, I will be out there waiting for the right kitty cat or cats. I have this really weird feeling I'm going to adopt 2. I don't know. First of all, I liked having 3. I had 3 for a while, twice. A triad is kind of good. And, when you get more than 3, sometimes it's just difficult to deal with. So I don't know. My plan is adopt 1, but I'm feeling 2. And I know there are a lot of situations where a cat or dog parent passes away with numerous animals, And the agencies that are trying to find the animals new homes will pair them up in twos to at least so that they're with one other animal that they know and are bonded with. So that happens pretty regularly, and I totally understand not wanting to separate animals that have been together for years. So I probably will adopt an adult cat because it's harder for them to get adopted. I mean, everybody wants kittens, but so I will probably adopt an adult. And then I would love a black cat because black cats are also harder to find homes for because people are stupid. They got all these like superstitions, and I'm like, no, they're beautiful cats and they're magical. So, but I don't know. There might not be a black cat. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up, and I love and miss my baby, and I hope to get more messages from her soon. If I do, I'll mention them because Bodhi and Karma did very dramatic things from the other side that I blogged about, like made things disappear off their altars that could not be explained, So, that's it, and I love you. I don't know, I'm feeling mushy. I love everybody. And anyway, those who, are pet parents understand. These are my babies. They are my love. And that's it. I'm going to shut up now. Okay, bye. Bye. I love you, little girl. I'm sorry you don't feel good. I know. I love you. We all love you. Yeah, we do.